What's up? I'm Jason Ellis. Welcome to the OP King of Skate, presented by Konami. We have 6 of the craziest stunts ever attempted by 6 of the best skateboarders in the world. Those skateboarders are Mike Vallely, one of the toughest skateboarders to ever stand on the board, Bob Burnquist, the king of switch, Tony Hawk, the inventor of the 900, don't forget that, Jeff Rowley from England, the human flea, Eric Costin from LA, the king of tech, and of course, the human psycho, Danny Way. These guys have complete creative control of what stunt they want to do. So once it's in their head, they put it down on paper, somebody builds it where they want, and when they want, and how they want. The only deal is, you gotta make it. Doesn't matter how many times you jump over. As a matter of fact, we want to see him jump over it and slam. I do, I don't know about you, but I want to see some damage. The way this thing's gonna be judged is on skill, creativity, and guts. You can have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but in the end, you've got to have all 3 combined. And the judges are Chris Miller, one of the most legendary skateboarders ever, Michael O'Mealy from Skateboarder Magazine, and Aaron Regan from Transworld. So it's going to be kind of fair and a little bit, I don't know. I won. There you go. How about that?
I have so many ideas of things like this on this magnitude, but it's all just coordination, money, and time.
Danny had kind of stated what his goal was, his longest air over the gap into the highest air, hopefully beating his own record of 16 feet.
To try and do something similar to motocross and snowboarding is a really fun thing to toy around with. The structure was designed to break 2 records at one time. The length of a gap jumped on a skateboard and the high air out of a vertical structure like a quarter pipe or a half pipe. I'm imagining I gotta be hitting close to 45, 50 to be able to go out of the quarter pipe as high as I want to go.
As far as the King of Skate contest, this thing's going to be pretty hard to top. Just the scale of it, for one thing, this sets a pretty high benchmark for all the other guys to follow.
My name's Danny Way. I'm a professional skateboarder, and this is my version of Cape Canaveral on the West Coast.
Okay, Chris, talk to me a little bit about D-Way, that is Danny Way, in case you don't know who that is, and why he's so special.
Danny Way's just, the guy's been around forever too. I remember Danny when he was like a 14-year-old kid or 13-year-old kid and just doing, the very first memory I have of him is him at this ramp just doing like caballerial nose picks when he was like 13 years old, 14 years old, and I just was like, who is this kid?
So would you say he's pretty innovative?
Yeah, he's a innovative child prodigy that's grown up now, and he's like a huge, like 6'3" or something, big.
Wildebeest.
Yeah, he is.
He's kind of a wildebeest. He's a wildebeest on a skateboard.
28-year-old Danny Way, uncompromising and iron-willed, is a living legend in skate history. He defies any and all odds, constantly progressing the state of the sport. Versatile and well-rounded, Danny is well-respected by both street and vert skaters. In August of 1997, Danny set a Guinness World Record for the highest air at 16 feet 5 inches. As if that wasn't satisfying enough, he then jumped out of a helicopter onto the DC Super Ramp. Danny's fame started at a young age when he entered his first contest at 12 and took first place in both vert and in slalom.
This little kid, like, he was smaller than I was, and it was just unbelievable to see some kid just packed with all this power.
Danny continued to win contests and amaze fellow pros. In 1992, Danny was named Skateboarder of the Year by Thrasher magazine. But in 1995, Danny incurred a major injury surfing a shallow break.
Compressed my spinal cord, my vertebrae, and then hyperextended my neck, where my neck pretty much hit me in the stomach.
To put in perspective what he did, he dislocated his brainstem from his spinal cord.
After a year and a half of rehabilitation, Danny is revived and determined to show everyone that he is back in the game. In April of 1996, Danny enters his first contest since his injury and amazes everyone by winning first place in the vert competition and coming in second in the street. Later, though, in 1998, Danny injures himself again, tearing the ligaments in his knee.
And, I tore the ACL, and PCL, and the meniscus.
But only 4 months out of his surgery, Danny defies all and jumps out of a helicopter for the second time. Danny is a living legend. His contributions, monumental.
In my opinion, there's no skater out there who's as gnarly as Danny Way, like what has been. He's been the best skateboarder that ever lived.
He was icing his neck, driving the whole way, worried about his neck. I think he was thinking about the jump on the way there. Doesn't matter what he's doing, what trick it is, he gets them angry.
Think about how fast you're going to be going. You'll have to go 20 feet on an air. Just by you'll have so much speed.
20 feet?
Probably.
I'm gonna say no. Before he did this King of Skate thing, he was destroyed, and I thought for him to do a jump like this, and to go that fast, I thought that he was risking his whole career for it because of how many injuries he's had, and I just think that one humongous slam could end him.
I think I'm going to be able to control my speed going up it and not having to try too hard to go 20 feet, I think.
Knowing Danny Way, I would say that whatever the world record is, it will be 10 foot past that, just so you know he's better than you.
He's one of those guys that's really hard on himself when he skates, which is one of the main reasons why he's so good.
I'm going to go up there and stand next to Danny and Chris and assess the jump, make sure that it's okay for him to do it. I'm not nervous. Off to the top. You nervous? Take me down.
Now that I'm up here, I don't know if I actually want to even get out. I don't want to go over to that. Oh, yeah. Oh.
I really have a fear of heights. I don't like standing up on high things. I hate being in high hotel rooms. Skateboarding really tests me with that fear, because that thing's swaying from side to side up there, and I'm like looking around, and there's no railings, there's nothing. If I go to a contest, I'm more susceptible to injury than doing something like this. Maybe not.
Danny has a certain little problem that I think he knows where to stop in general, but doesn't, you know? He knows where to stop in general so he doesn't get hurt, but he doesn't have the fear of getting hurt.
Basically maintaining my composure through that transition down there so I don't loop out. That first one I tried, I felt like I was shooting the moon. Could have built a bigger quarter pipe, I think. Maybe a little bit more flat bottom before. That was some G-forces right there. Yeah, that scared the shit out of me.
The first thing that hit me about it was just the brazen burliness of it, but it's timing. Like, you're going so fast hitting that ramp, and I don't think he hits his tail when he takes off. It's just more the pressure of lifting off from the angle of the ramp. So it's all about getting your weight right, and the faster you go, the more split second it becomes.
Do this record. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do them back to back though.
Well, that's why I was asking you yesterday about doing them separate. Do they have to be consecutive, or can you just have
I
both
can do them
of them
separate. It'd be cool to do them back to back. That's my goal. I'm trying my hardest right now to go as fast as I can. Just getting barely enough, so a little bit more of a rolling might
make it a little more casual, trying to get over it, you know?
They put an extra extension on it. It's got another 4 feet on it. They're going to take a piece out and shorten it. So the jump's longer and the run-up's shorter. And I don't know if that's a good thing, but D-Way reckons it's okay.
Sideways or up and down, you know it's all the same when you're lying on the ground.
I got the speed. It's killing me landing low like that. Feeling like the ones where I really pump, I get out here and I can't make them because I'm just dropping away.
Danny's intensely focused on breaking the world record of clearing 58 feet. And true to Danny's nature, not only does he plan to break it, he'll attempt to shatter it.
Longest jump ever done on a skateboard. Pretty exciting.
Longest jump up until now, but give it about 20 minutes.
How far are you going to go?
70 feet.
Come on,
mate.
70 feet.
And that's my goal.
Right now.
2 foot high rolling, low winds. Ellis still here.
70.
Huge. That's an important part of the whole thing.
Oh, man.
If Ellis ain't here, I'm not motivated. I just may as well start ripping this shit off.
Got to wait for another extension. He needs more speed. We need him to go faster so he can make it. Because he'll make the faster he goes, the longer he goes. I don't think he has to worry about making it. Just throw him off a building and he'll make it. So that's what we're gonna do.
I can't wait till the day I'm watching him do this stuff, but it's cool. Like, you know, when he gets older, it'll be cool to talk to him, and hopefully he'll remember these days, because I mean, my days are numbered as I get older. So it'll be cool one day when we get to look back and hopefully he's doing the same thing I'm doing right now and blowing it away, and we can laugh that we thought this was a big deal, you know? If this goes, then I'll be happy. And the other stuff, like 25 grand to win, that, you know, this thing to me is irrelevant. I'm happier knowing that I've met my accomplishment of going 70 feet.
Launch it this time. Just focus. Wait for that wind.
I just need a little bit more speed, dude.
Some days can't help but wake up helpless. The window world's got you on.
You landed like basically like right there.
Yeah, Danny. That's 67, the first line. So this is about 63 and a half.
I need to go down to this right here. I need another one.
Moving like a cloud, covering your tongue, breathing out blues, smoking to the world.
I had the pop. It's so much struggle for that speed that it's fucking my airtime up. I'm touching up there, dude.
But you're not getting the solid, like, you're not doing the solid pump. Like, you took off no board that time. You didn't even get us, you know?
felt like
Launch it this time. Just focus.
How many 65 footers left to land? What? Are you fucking kidding me? I gotta go bigger, dude. It's fucking killing me. That was it, 64. I need
That's
to
farther.
I need to go further. Oh, I need that super pump and just make one. I know I can do it. I just gotta get that one pump. Couple feet further.
That's all it is, Danny.
Fucking, how much harder can that be? Both my ankles are sprained. You getting hurt when you battle it? Fuck yeah, my ankles are shot, dude. Why don't you save it a little bit for tomorrow? Because I need this. This is like one. I'll never have this opportunity for a long time. You know what I mean?
You broke it.
But I want to break it. Break it. Okay. I'm sore at this point. I've been doing this all day long. My body's killing me. You think knowing that you could bail over that thing is fun? I'm trying my hardest, dude. I wouldn't be going up here over and over again if I wasn't trying my hardest.
I wanted to go 70 feet today. I went 65 feet. That's a bit bigger than anyone's gone, so I'll take it.
65 it is.
That's the Guinness Book World Records, Danny.
This is something I've been wanting to get over with for a long time. So that's why I kind of went for this first.
I definitely would have liked to go a little bigger, but oh well, that's, to me, I'm happy.
Even though he did break the record for the longest jump yesterday, I know that he didn't really accomplish what he wanted to accomplish. Longest jump and into the highest air, and I was kind of excited to see what would happen. So I'm the sole judge that's here today to witness really what he ultimately set out to do.
My right ankle got tweaked and I'm slamming on, just landing on it super hard. It's all bruised and swollen.
If he rides smaller wheels, I think he'll be able to easily beat his own record of the highest air, which was 16 feet, I believe. And from the looks of it, his warm-up airs being 9-10 feet, I think he has potential to go 20 feet on a backside air.
Just trying to slow myself down after landing. It's like cruise into a 15-20 foot.
I'm pretty stoked to just see him have the control to land at 360 and then speed check on the way down. And then do a 15-foot air. Maybe one more, two more tries, he'll easily make it. He has the confidence, he's like, okay, I can do it then. I can beat the record.
That's the biggest backside I've ever done in my life.
Third wire down, 17. So he did it. That one was 17, but like I said, he wants to go for 20, so.
No speed check now.
You're over 17, not quite 18.
17 and a half. I need to make an 18-footer.
You know, we were talking about whether it's mental or physical, but for him at this level, it's mental, because when he speed checks or doesn't speed check, that's the point that he's making that decision about what's going to happen and what he's going to go for. Now that he's so focused on the high air, doing a 50-foot backside 360, all of a sudden he's making it every time because he's not even thinking about it. That was 18, definitely.
And a half.
Yeah, I'd give it 18.3 from my angle.
So 18.3. I'll take it. I think a 50-foot 360 to 18-foot air is a little bit more sketchy.
Yeah.
So I'm done then. I'm happy that I'm alive. Like, you go try and go big, maybe 3 inches bigger, but for me, the odds of getting hurt are pretty heavy. So I'll stick with the 18.3, and if anyone wants to step up and try and beat that, then I'll go risk the odds of getting hurt again.
Tony Hawk is going to grind a rail that's on fire.
The whole fire thing is just aesthetics, you know, just light on fire. There's more of a danger aspect, and you never really see stuff like that, like some coping or rail that's flaming. So I think that'd be pretty cool.
I will not be a fire walker. I will not walk on hot coals or whatever Tony's planning on doing. I think that's what you should do. I think you should heat the bar up, skate barefooted, hop off his board, and then just fire walk the pole, and then bomb drop back in. That's what I want to see today. Go on, Tony. You can do it. Your feet won't burn.
The stunt is heavy just because if one thing goes wrong, I either fall 20 feet or I catch on fire.
Tony will make it, no problem, but what's he going to do on it? So I think Tony's going to do something pretty difficult on this thing.
Here we are with Chris Miller. Chris Miller, mate, you are the official head judge. That's what I'm claiming.
Yeah, that's not a good thing in this situation because I don't want to be the one responsible for actually picking somebody to win this.
Well, I'm not going to personally blame you.
All right, but it's all good. Everybody's good. They're all too good, so it's hard to judge.
Speaking of hard to judge, let's talk about Tony Hawk and a little bit about him, because I know you grew up with him.
Yeah, I've known Tony since I was like 12 years old, so pretty long time. He's a super good guy. He's amazing that he just keeps skating, keeps getting better. It seems like every year still. I don't know when it's going to end, but so far it hasn't slowed down a bit.
Well, rumor has it he almost barbecued himself. Is that true?
Yeah, got invited to a barbecue at the Hawk Ramp, and things were looking bad. It looked like Tony was going to burn something.
So let's check out the barbecued Hawk. Check this one out.
Skateboarding is not a crime, but that is the image skaters fought for years, at least until Tony Hawk came along.
If you look up in the dictionary, professional skateboarder, probably have Tony Hawk's name in it.
He is going huge. The best skateboarder the sport has ever seen.
When I look at Tony Hawk, I see a guy that is as significant to our culture as Joe DiMaggio, Babe Ruth, and Michael Jordan.
Is there such a thing as a perfect run?
The world's greatest skateboarder started from humble beginnings. The youngest of 4 siblings, he had a pathological determination and gravitated immediately to skateboarding.
We were lucky kids. Our parents got behind whatever we wanted to do.
With the support of his father, Tony turned pro in 1983 at the age of 14.
Frank Hawk was one of the most important people in skateboarding in the 80s because he was the only person that was putting together the whole contest circuit.
In his first year as a pro, Tony dominated the sport.
He's not supposed to be as good as he is. He couldn't do aerials the way conventional skaters did. Tony had to ollie his board out. And when he learned how to do this, he was convicted of being a circus skater. But what he was actually doing is he was inventing the next style of how to propel your board.
Tony just didn't fit that mold of the styly, you know, slash grind guy. He was more into progression. He was looking to the future.
Over the course of the next decade, Tony invented over 80 tricks and won over 70 professional contests.
The guy was as fierce a competitor as I've ever seen in my life. Every contest, he would have to get himself really angry and pissed off at something in order to win.
Tony seemed to have it all until the unforeseen happened. Skateboarding fell off, parks were destroyed, and Tony, near bankruptcy, retreated to his home in Fallbrook.
It was like Cinderella. He turned his Honda into a Lexus, and then his Lexus turned back into a Honda.
He stayed with it every time. It had its ups and downs, and it was never for the money. It was never for fame. It was for the love of the sport.
However, by the mid-90s, with the emergence of events like the X Games, the media once again embraced skateboarding.
I feel like Tony is the best ambassador the sport could ever have. The doors that he's blown open with his name and what he's able to do in skateboarding right now is, you know, unbelievable.
And he's the best kind of figurehead that any sport could have.
He's actually on a whole nother level. He's operating on a whole nother level than we're all operating on.
He's a guy whose position in the sport will never ever be topped or never be challenged. And his contribution to the sport is totally unparalleled.
Tony represents the sport, and whatever happens for Tony is happening for us as well.
Knowing Tony, he'll never stop pushing himself, but knowing the position that he's in right now, he'll be able to push it even more.
Frank Hawk is in heaven looking down and watching Tony's every move and just cheering.
How's it going? I'm Jason Ellis, and we are at Tony Hawk's ramp. And this is round 3 of the OP King of Skate. And Tony Hawk is going to grind a rail that's on fire, which means he's going to have to be off his face to make it. Why do I always say off his face? He's sober, for Christ's sakes. That sucked.
A cultural icon these days, Tony Hawk doesn't have much time for anything, especially concocting a concept to challenge the world's best skaters.
I've been focusing mostly on our tour lately, our Boom Boom Huck Jam, and this project came about the same time, and so I didn't have a lot of time to think about it or plan it. I basically tried to incorporate it into an existing ramp we already have, and I don't really care if I win, but I'm just stoked to get the opportunity to do it. I just wanted to do something different. It's pretty serious now. When I got here, I was thinking, oh, it doesn't look that big and whatever, but I've changed my point of view after standing up on the roll-in and seeing it welded up there and also talking to the pyro technician. It's kind of a wake-up call. I had to go home and get different clothes, and I guess I'm gonna put some aloe vera gel on my legs and try not to get burned. It's weird, you know, the roll-ins at an angle, and you're used to going down roll-ins that go straight into a ramp, and so it's just gonna take some getting used to before we ever light it up. I suck. It's so hard to get speed.
Okay, well, I can push you if you want. take that camera off me. All right? Frontside tail slide just went down across the bar. Now just gonna wait till it gets dark and 5-0 the flames. And then maybe a tail slide after that if your shoe doesn't melt. So in the meantime, I'm gonna skate, because that's how I got this job. That's what I'm here for. Show people exactly how hard it is when a retard tries to go over it.
Oh my God, Alice almost died just now.
No, I remember for a second there, I was like, I've got to keep going, and then I thought, I'm like, is there a platform? And I was like, there's no platform. I'm like, man, you know, like all in like half a second, I was like, this is gonna be the meanest hip and shoulder I've had in a while. The rolling just made it hard. That's all. The rolling made that thing the death jump. Just cut the footage off. Right when he rolls in the rolling, there you go. That's his trick. King of Skate. What do you think? Okay, this is it. This is what we've all been waiting for. He's tested it. The sun's going away, and we're lighting it up. That's real right there. See anyone else lighting up their own props? No. He's a hard worker. Can I have a fire extinguisher, please? You should turn it up more though.
You can turn up a little bit. Yeah. The stunt is heavy just because if one thing goes wrong, I either fall 20 feet or I catch on fire.
Let me see it. Let me see the legs.
Oh, that's fine. The board blocks it. As soon as I get on, I feel the heat stop.
Well, just in case, buddy. That's what I do, huh? Ping! I'd be so amped to be caught on fire. Don't take that in a bad way.
Began to speak as she stood right. Color of her eyes were the color of insanity. Crushed beneath her weight like a
That rail's probably real hot right now too.
Yeah, I was saying you should probably go for a hand plant on it. Yeah. Now's the time for a hand plant.
That was gnarly. You know what? We were saying that the flames were all about theatrics and, you know, just visual enhancement. I think they actually add danger to it. It actually makes it a little gnarlier. It's fire. Anytime there's an extinguisher for you, anytime somebody's waiting at the bottom of the ramp ready to just fire extinguish you, that's bad.
You ready, director man?
He's raising the flames a little more and turn it into a tail slide. That way we could possibly someone could get on fire. Oh yeah! Oh me! He had that one.
Well, I don't know, but I think so. Everything will turn to dust. In the end, you got no friends, and there's no one you can trust. Well, I got my ticket. I got my walking cheese. You know I got my peace of mind. Replacing all my blues. You don't need advice. Try to man on the road. You don't need advice. Try to man on the road.
Sweet.
That was a little scary.
The only thing I'm bummed about is you didn't catch on fire and I didn't get to extinguish it. But apart from that,
Did I get a little
sick.
trail though?
Oh yeah, you were in the fire. There was flames coming out from all. Yeah, it was a good time.
Look at this. This was.
It's got its burn marks.
It's barbecue. I don't think I've ever been so amused by a stain on a skateboard, but yeah.
Riley, you may never do that. Okay?
Okay, he almost died, he almost melted.
Like scrape
It's official, that was good. It's worth it. It's good. It's a wrap.
I'm filming Eric Costin trying to do this rail. So we figured we'd take Eric here and he could try to backside 50 it, but it's kind of a high rail for him to get on.
Street skating wouldn't look cool if it was in the middle of a field, a bunch of plywood and a homemade ready to skate rail. That's just perfect. You never know what you're gonna feel like when you try, or when you show up to something like this.
Now back to the syncopated style.
He sits there and talks to the rail, like he'll start talking, he starts speaking in tongues, like he's just, I think he's one with himself sometimes when he's trying stuff.
Probability of me getting hurt percentage is pretty high. Or there's always a factor of ending up on your crotch. That's always a factor when it comes to handrails, especially the ones that are high. If your feet can't touch on one side or the other, the only thing that's going to support you is your balls.
This is Michael O'Mealy. He's a judge and a photographer, an editor for Skateboarder magazine. And O'Mealy, we're talking a little bit about Costin, and I'm going to tell you what I think, and then you can dilly-dally and say what you've got to say as well. But I'm going to claim, this is my claim, you can quote me on this, Eric Costin is the best street skater in the world. And that's what I think about that. What do you think, O'Mealy?
I'd be inclined to agree with you.
Is that all you'd say about him?
Yeah, definitely.
That's it? Well then, if that doesn't wrap it up for you, because it doesn't wrap it up for me, you should watch this.
Eric Costin was born 27 years ago in Bangkok, Thailand. Today, living in LA, he is regarded as the best street skater on the planet.
Eric Costin is, honestly, he's above and beyond everybody else.
I got the crowd gathered round like it's fight night. Minor leaguer, stay at home with your night. Likewise, I'm quite tight. They seen that Gary knows how to rock the mic. Right, I get it right, and a true that.
The guy can do anything he wants to do. He can manipulate his skateboard any way he wants to.
Like even the things that he does that are hard, you can tell they're just so easy. It's not hard to him. Nothing's hard to him.
If you want to go technical, he can hang with everyone that's technical. He can do everything that they can do, but he can do it a little bit bigger and a little bit cleaner, more style, less amount of tries. It's kind of depressing watching Costin skate because you know you'll never be that good.
Let me take you back to the day when MCs were short and rap.
Well, I grew up skating everything, actually. But it's like back when I started, everybody skated everything. It was kind of, it wasn't just street or wasn't just vert. You would go, you skated everything.
Winning both the X and Gravity Games in 2001 put Costin on top of the street skate contest world. But most of his mark has been made in the visual media of photos and video.
Yes, LP. That rock fresh LP.
You don't notice people skating for their style nowadays a lot. It's like just how gnarly they are, or what trick, the hardest trick they've done. I remember like just wanting to be like, when I'm starting, I wanted to look like this guy because his style was so cool.
You pack the group that causes confusion. Brothers might check one, but can't get with twos, and I take levels of the trouble. Embrace the bass and grab hold of a still and come face to face. Silly mortals coming through portals, yapping at their lip.
Sometimes things work out, or if it feels good, you could try something. And sometimes it's like, get the camera the hell away from me. I don't even want to deal with it right now. I want to just cruise around and slap you a little red curb. And when you do film all the time, you don't get to do that. You don't get that the satisfaction of just kind of cruising around skating.
Unfortunately, Eric ran into problems acquiring a permit at his primary location. He'd be forced to scramble and settle for an unaccommodating multi-kink rail.
The streets have their own way of telling a story.
Street skating wouldn't look cool if it was in the middle of a field, a bunch of plywood and a homemade, ready-to-skate rail that's just perfect.
Niggas with hepatitis, unauthorized, hard to move, arthritis, infected, selected, neglected, rejected, and next time you hit the west, you best motherfucker.
I think Eric is one of the most critical skateboarders out there. He looks at every crack, every little pebble, every little kink in the rail.
Only X I know's exhibit a RBX extraordinary. Trying to snap.
He'll roll up to something and look at it and analyze it like for an hour before he'll even try it. And once everything's right and ready, then he'll finally do it.
It's a good reality check right there. I gotta figure this out real fast. High. Probably by the time I get here, if I'm not standing, it'll just pitch. You won't even be on the rail anymore. That's why I'm not trying to go too fast. When you go slow, you have to get up where it's higher. Then it's harder for you to actually stand up. Because by the time you're up there, you'll probably be squatting like this, and there's no way to balance like that. By the time you hit the first kink, if I'm like this, board's gonna go that way, and I'll probably end up wrapping my legs around the rail and smacking my head on the floor. Oh. Dirt doesn't work.
The thing with street skating, sometimes you might find a spot as you're driving by and it might look real good, but it turns out when you get up close, it sucks.
Fuck.
Shit does not feel good.
Eric was frustrated and over it and stuck with the question of what to do next.
I don't know. Obviously something has to get done and has to get done soon. I'm just not quite sure what. Just trying to do it without hurting myself.
Yeah.
There's a triple set of stairs in Santa Monica right next to the pier. So I just figured I had enough people in my car, to cover it. I didn't want to bring the rest of the crew just to come down and me go, nah, just go ahead and drive home. I came over here and just decided to give something a try, see how I felt. Windy because it's right here next to the coast, and when you flip your board in the wind, it can be inconsistent. Anything that's long, you gotta go fast, and when you're going fast, you can't really run out of things at that height and I guess distance. You just kind of gotta take a tumble.
Watch out.
So far, I've seen a bunch of vert dudes jump and stuff, and I wasn't really sure how that was going to go, who could win and who could lose out of that. And now that you've switch heel flipped a triple set, I have no idea what any judge is going to do or who's going to win or who's going to get last. I'm out of the loop. I have no idea anymore.
This is kind of how I get my work done, I guess. For street skating, it's like you got to go and find a spot. You got to, try and
we couldn't make it out of wood for you?
I guess it wouldn't look as good. It wouldn't feel right.
It would suck, is what you really want to say.
It would probably suck. It says a lot about what we have to do to go film street tricks for a video part and all that.
I just want to say thanks for coming and thanks for going down that, because I'm not going to.
Okay.
See you later, mate.
Guys, welcome to my ramp. This is it in Vista. When I sat to think about what to do, I wanted to adapt the existing ramp into something else so it could be added to this already humongous thing.
Bob's gonna do a couple of setup airs here. Land, come across flat, gonna come up right here. We have a metal piece of pipe that's gonna be about 3 feet above the deck. It's gonna slide across this 8-foot gap into a 45-degree bank, and he's gonna be facing this loop.
It'll incorporate vert, street, and whatever category the loop falls into.
I've seen guys do loops before. Bob's ramp, though, is gonna have a hinge in it at the top, which means we open it up and there's a gap. He's gonna try to air across this loop upside down.
If you make a mistake, it's a long way down. As a parent, you worry about it.
It's up, and I gotta do it, and there's nothing else. I just have to do it.
Okay, now we're going to talk about Bob, and I like to talk about Bob because he is original.
He's completely so creative and spontaneous, and you never know what he's going to do. That's why I like him.
And he's a nice guy. Just to top it off, just when you thought you couldn't get any more perfect.
And he's vegetarian.
And you love him for it.
In August of 2001, 24-year-old Brazilian skater Bob Burnquist took home the gold in the X Games, showing mainstream America that he was the dominant force in vert skateboarding. Bob grew up in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and began skating at age 11.
I'd say I had a tough upbringing in a sense. Skateboarding pretty much saved my life, I'd say. It gets pretty tough down there.
In 1994, Bob came to the United States on a skateboarding trip with some friends. He was in awe and disbelief at the unlimited amount of skatable terrain America had to offer. The popularity of the sport and the intensity of the skate community amazed Bob. It was nothing like Brazil. Bob called home to his mother in Brazil to let her know he wasn't coming home.
I told my mom, I called her in like right before I was about to leave, and I said, Mom, I'm not getting on the plane. She's like, no, you gotta come back, and it's okay, you'll have another chance.
As soon as Bob hit the American streets, he was immediately noticed in the skate scene. Bob had a natural talent for skating switch dance and trying tricks nobody else would conceive. Bob's progression went at a fever-like pace. He was seen at every skate park across California. Because of his freakish talents, he quickly became skateboarding's new underground hero. Bob became a regular on the cover of every skateboarding magazine. In 1995, Bob won his first American contest, the Slam City Jam, a vert contest in Vancouver, Canada. He then went on a winning tear for the next 5 years, becoming known as the one to beat. Since then, Bob has won almost every award and contest possible, leaving a legacy of versatility and style in his wake.
I don't know. I think when Bob's on, he's untouchable, honestly.
The past year has been his biggest. Bob bought a new home in Vista, California, and became a father when his girlfriend, fellow professional skater Jen O'Brien, gave birth to their first child, daughter named Lotus.
Lotus was the pivotal moment of everything. I started being more focused and serious in what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to skate for a living, so I had to redirect. I started caring a lot more on the professional side, just getting things done.
Bob also recently opened a restaurant in Lucadia, California with his family. Bob hasn't forgotten his roots and is a role model for other Brazilian skaters. He has brought notoriety to his country and opened the gates for other gifted Brazilian skateboarders.
Yeah, I'm confident about the loop. You know, the whole line to the loop with the bar and then the loop and then maybe opening it up, and that's all experimental, and I don't even, know how that's going to be, but I think it could work out. I've done all of them individually, so it should work. What's going on, everyone? Ready to go? Let's do this.
This is it. He's going to ride all the way around, go into here with his hands first, and then he's going to say, get rid of the pads. It's going down.
Barry Zaritsky is a certified, what are you? Athletic trainer. And he'll take care of you if you slam. So Bob really has nothing to worry about. There's no fear factor for Bob, because Bob, if he doesn't make it, Barry's here. What did I tell you? He is gnarly.
Bob's got the bar coming up.
Awesome. Can't believe it.
Bob's goal is two-part. Having successfully completed the first half, he continues with more attempts to gain the confidence needed to move on. But physically, he begins to break down.
By halfway through the day, I could tell that he was, it wasn't just a matter of taking your time through the day to make the trick. I knew that he had like less time than everybody else because he was worn out physically, you could tell. Not only did he have to do it, but he had to do it quick, because those last couple of times when he went through, you could just tell he couldn't hold himself up anymore. Skill anymore. It was just a matter of he won't be standing in another hour. So yeah, he was drained, seriously drained.
I wanted to kind of keep going since it was just one day. There's only so much you can do in one day, and even 2 days. So there's a couple things that I had to stay away from. If I didn't have any energy in my legs, I would just collapse upside down. So it started to get to the point where that would happen. So I just decided to quit right there and make sure I can live to skate another day.
So how do you feel about today? Pretty good?
Feels pretty good. I actually
did a lot more than I was expecting to do. Because I never skated the loop. You know, I was like, I don't know how it's going to feel. I didn't even know if I was going to be able to do the bar and then do that.
So what are we going to start off with tomorrow?
We're going to, first thing, probably going to open that thing up and just go for it. So if you had more time, I'd do this, you know, try and switch and all that, but we got to open it up.
Gap jump.
Gap.
It's
Gap
time. I'm looking forward to that.
Right.
See you tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, Jason, thanks for coming.
No worries, mate.
If I had a normal day where I was just waking up ready to skate, you know, full energy, full healthy body, I'd try to just go around, do the grind, come down, do the loop. Try to do an air to fake it, and then unwind, basically just come back around and do it switch. But I don't know how long that could take, and it could take a lot of beatings, and then it'd just be over with. So the other option was to open up and then just try to do the air and see what happens.
Here we are at Bob's Ramp, day 2, and we're taking the gap out off the bat. We're not even going to do any regular loops. We're just going for the gap jump off the bat.
It's all maybes, you know, until you actually try it. Just ready to go again for this new, different concept here. I'm feeling good about it. I think I have just about enough energy to pull this off. Just about enough.
You are really going to switch fronts over there?
It's the only way to go, Jason, I think.
He explained to me that he thought it would be easier switch than regular for him. And for anybody else to understand that, you have to understand Bob, because he's got switch dialed.
As far as airing the gap, I'm actually going to pump an air, and I'm thinking on the lines of corner-to-corner air, you know, in a swimming pool. That's kind of what made me even kind of think it was possible, is thinking of a corner-to-corner air. And then after that, actually doing airs on the oververt that's already there. I've done a couple airs on that, and then everything just kind of evolved. You know, I just want to keep going. You know, I just like, okay, get up, go. And then you're like, ah, wait, hold on. And you got to think twice about it. My mind will always want to keep going, you know, but your body, you have to listen to it too, because you can overstretch it and then it'd be over, you know.
Now he's just trying to find the angle, the right takeoff, because he's trying to do a 180 in it, so. It looks a lot harder now. All of a sudden it got hard. It looks real hard. He'll still probably do it, but it's hard now.
His power and belief that he can do it, he took himself in his mind to that level.
He's just taking such a beating. I think he can do it. He's getting close enough where I think it's doable for him, but it just seems like it's like an endurance race at this point, you know, if his body will hold out long enough to just be able to put one down.
Bob took tremendous impacts to his heels the last 2 days of going through this, so he'll barely be able to move tomorrow.
Here I am beside myself again. I'm torn apart by words that
As far as doing it, it's a question of time, but it's a question of his body. Like today, I think he's just about at his limit, so.
You're a loose dude, come on now. Nothing tight, nothing tight. You're a loose dude. Come on, buddy. Come on. Fresh air in you. Come on.
He's gonna make it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I was really starting to just go, okay, I'm just gonna call it. This is too much. I got a lot going on. I just gotta stop it here. And I'm glad it just came really close to me at one time, and I just keep going. You know, there's no use in stopping now. Every single time I tried it was different, and it was hard to make it the same every time, you know, so you can actually try to start thinking about how you're gonna pull it, how you're gonna make it. You know, I just wasn't even getting close to landing. I wasn't even putting it down, and I was just getting hurt, you know, kind of. It's a really long drop to fall from, and my ankle was just really feeling it because I was falling the same exact way every single time, and that it was too much.
Press and feel that wall, and he was a little tight. He loosened up and he found that wall.
Everything else that I've done, I knew I could do it, and I did it. This, I actually had doubts, like halfway through, that it was actually possible.
He landed it. Just put it down. Now it's a done deal. He's gonna make it. Just gotta keep it going. Don't slow down. The pain will sink in.
It was just one good try, you know, one little actually throw the dice try that I put it down on the wall, and then everyone, you know, around was just going, that was it, like, and then you just get pumped, and that's actually when it gets a little dangerous too, because you can get real close and then just not quite get it, you know, and then it's really frustrating.
Best things about watching this kind of event is watching somebody push themselves beyond their limits. It is mind over matter, and just watching somebody have that much determination, that much skill, and they're applying everything that their body's capable of, and then achieving something. That's the inspiration.
Brasilia guy, Bob, the best. Look at this, look at.
There isn't a better feeling, I don't think, the feeling of accomplishment, you know, just battered but happy. Oh man, I almost cried too. Like I made it and I was, you know, walking away. I'm pretty hurt, pretty beat, but I'm still walking, you know. God was there, you know, definitely there.
Hey, Mom. E aí, mãe? Você não sabe o que eu tô fazendo agora. Os caras me deitaram no colchão abaixo daquele tratorzinho que o time leva os lixos. que eu tô, meu pé machucado, agora eles me colocaram aqui dentro e vão me levar até ali em cima.
No, they're restripped.
Acertei, mãe.
Oh, the way you did before? Yeah. That's not a
Abri
problem.
aquele loop lá e acertei de switch. Obrigado, mãe. Também te amo. Tchau.
He's kind of an eccentric guy and he doesn't let on any more than he has to. I think just the whole renegade nature of it is, it really appealed to me.
Me and Ed came in last night. We already carried 10 sheets of bleed and ply up onto the roof.
That's pretty much like street skating at its best right there.
Our next skater is none other than Mr. Jeff Rowley. And I've always known that he had some talent. He can jump down some things. That's why I called him the human flea before. And this next feat is second to none, I'm sure, considering I haven't seen it. He's too cool to let me see it. So only you guys get to see it, and I just suffer and hang out and talk to cameras. So check this out. No, he said check this out!
Originally I was supposed to film this thing, but neither would give, like, you know, some pissing lowly skateboarder a chance to fall to his death. Quite simple. So basically, I did it illegally. Fuck it, lad. Fuck it, lad.
Why are you sleeping there?
It's highly fucking illegal. So basically, what you got is me and Ed came in last night. We already carried 10 sheets of bleed and ply up onto the roof. That's right, eh? Alright, we already carried the 10 friggin' sheets up there. And what we gotta do now is friggin' well drill them on. And before we get fucked up. So, sketchy.
This is a song about being free. The days of submission won't last long. This is the freedom song. Let it go! Rama, ding dong, ding dong. Rama, ding dong.
It's on the face, so when we do this, get a nice good drill in there, give you twist your facial around. Are you filming? Yeah. Alright, all fucking done. You're gonna give it a jump right now? It just remains to be seen how long we actually last before we get kicked out. Such a fucking jerry rig. You got it? Well, it should probably last about 15 minutes when we skate that before we get bleeding well kicked out as usual. There you go, there's your bleeding camera.
Well, we're leaving. We're done. I was just filming this, but
nice. Oh, that shit was fucking grippy. Fucking 89, that one.
Physics of the trick, of the stunt are beyond me. I don't know anything about it. You know I can look at something and go, yeah, I can do it. Or I can start attempting something and get a feel for it. So for me, it's all feel.
Right now, I don't feel like I'm pushing myself. I want to get into a zone where I'm happy, where I can walk away going, oh man, I did something. When I go back to my starting point, there's a commitment there. The last thing I want to do is stand around and talk about it with you. I mean, it's like I could talk and not deliver. I'm about delivering, and I hope to deliver tonight.
For me, skateboarding was like a surrogate family. I wasn't doing well in school. I didn't have a good home life when I was a teenager. But I had skateboarding, and it was a positive driving force in my life, and it kept me out of trouble. It kept me feeling good about me. I really don't see myself as being any different than the 16-year-old kid that got sponsored in a parking lot in Virginia Beach. My skating has always been about expression, not progression. Progression, yeah, there's a ceiling on it. I've never been about progressing it. I've never been about the evolution of the tricks. My skating's always been about expression. Expression goes on forever.
Mike is devoted to skateboarding, and he's one of the ultimate professionals. He shows up and he skates his heart out. No matter what is in front of him, no matter what people expect from him, he just goes for it.
I kind of think, in a weird, wacky way, I'm like the Vert Mike. In a less intense way, obviously, because they can't match that guy's intensity. It's him. I got him intense every like for 5 minutes of the day or whatever, you know what I mean? But that guy rocks it all day. He just sleeps like that. I don't even think he sleeps. I think he's just sitting in the corner. What? There's a demo. There's a demo. It's gnarly.
This is what I do. This is what I care about. This is my passion. It would have been easy to throw in the towel and just join the parade. It's not my style. Never will be.
I first mapped it out in my head, I said 3 buses would be cool, and then the idea of you know, bringing my band in and jumping over those guys as well, I think that's cool, man. I couldn't draw it on paper. I couldn't talk about the radius or the pitch of the jump or how big the landing ramp should be. I left that in other people's hands. I just kind of said, this is kind of what I want to do. Can that happen? And the guys I'm working with said, yeah, we can make that happen. She got the lightning bolt so dead right. Kind of like my my American flag. It's like my Evel Knievel. I skate my best when I've got several hundred people screaming their heads off. You know, a big open building with 20-some people standing around is kind of like, why bother? Who cares? I'm gonna treat it like a demo. So I think that's the only way I can approach this. If I don't go about this the way I would go about skating, like say on the Tony Hawk tour, then I don't see myself performing at the top level. I gotta be honest with you, having you film me doesn't really excite me.
Watch how many times his limbs hit the ground, like just little elbow knocks and crap, like just so many. The guy just must wake up bumming. That's why he looks pissed off, man. He can't even. Everyone's thinking he's like kind of mad. He's not mad. He's cringing in pain with every push. He's like.
He's one of the ultimate professionals. He shows up and he skates his heart out. No matter what is in front of him, no matter what people expect from him, he just goes for it. And if he's going to try something, he'll follow through with it, no matter what. My version of professional skateboarding has no end. You know, I'm gonna skate. I'm gonna be about these things. And I'm gonna have fun. And I'm gonna continue to inspire other people to skate for the right reasons. So that's professional skateboarding to me. So I don't see an end to that.
Are you sure this is the rear kicker? This feels mellow, man.
Walking's more fun than jumping that. I mean, seriously, it's like, that sucked. Every jump, I was not happy. I was leaving the top of that lip going, this is dumb, you know? Yeah, I guess we have 2 ramps. One is more of a mellow kick. I don't feel like
the higher, the steeper one.
I thought this was.
You said that wasn't steep.
No, that's the mellower one.
The truth comes out.
I know. I'm glad you came over here.
Hopefully things will progress a lot faster tomorrow afternoon, and by tomorrow evening I'll be doing what I set out to do here. And if I'm not, then it's gonna be a shitty weekend. Day 2, and I just showed up, got the new kicker set up. Last night we had a mellower kicker. Oh yeah, it's steeper. I'm gonna probably get at that in about a half hour, 40 minutes. Start taking some test runs on it and see if it gets me the air that I want to get. If that doesn't happen, then we're gonna have to adapt pretty quickly and change things around. But I really won't know until I start hitting it.
Gonna bring in 2 buses, and then we're gonna build staging on top of that. And the Rats, my band, is gonna set up on top of the staging.
Got Gish on bass, PT on drums, Hampton on guitar.
Let me just put this one down.
Something for nothing, a toast on your grave. I just wanna give you the crave, the crave, the crave, the crave.
The determination of that guy is, I don't care what you're into, it's just so gnarly.
Let's do this!
You know, when you got Danny doing the distance record and spinning 360s and all kinds of stuff, you know, my jump is not, it's not along the same lines, but I don't, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care about being the king of skate. I care about being me and doing what I want to do and having fun, and that's what I did tonight, so I walk away a happy man.
All 6 of them made their tricks. I'm talking insane tricks. Danny Way has got serious issues with his brain. Bob, well, is lost it. Tony, Rowley, they've all lost it. I don't know who's going to win. I can't make up my mind, so I'm going to go sleep on it, and hopefully the judges are too. We'll be back tomorrow, and you'll know who won.
Criteria used for King of Skate is simple. 1 part skill, 1 for creativity, and of course, guts. Our 3 judges, Chris Miller, Aaron Regan, and Mike O'Mealy. All 3 were locked in a temperature-controlled room as they recapped everything that went down. Mike Vallely, an artist on many levels, motor-assisted, Vallely expresses best by clearing his band along with 2 school buses. Mike's score, a 54. On the street, it was Eric Costin, who was forced to improvise. He ended up pulling out a switch heel flip, lofting over 30 feet of stairs. Costin's score, a 63. For Tony Hawk, a 20-foot high barbecue with the tail slide of fire over the gap. Mr. Hawk's score, 64. Jeff Rowley, in true Renegade style, took the nocturnal assault approach and was able to 360 the gap, roof to roof. Rowley's score, 65. But in the end, it would come down to 2 skaters, one of them being a determined Danny Way, with his 360 over a 50-foot gap into breaking his own world record on the quarter pipe with a massive 18-foot, 3-inch backside air. Danny Way scores high on all counts. Danny's final score, 71. And finally, Bob Burnquist, who creatively completed a melee of tricks rolled into one. But most importantly, the unbelievable switch loop of death with a gap midway through it. Bob, much like Danny, scoring high on all counts. Bob's final score, a 79. And with that, Bob snags the title of OP King of Skate and $25,000. In the end, the OP King of Skate ended up not being so much a contest, but more of a platform allowing 6 of the world's best to push the creative and physical limits of skateboarding. Congrats goes to all of our competitors. This is only the beginning.
Is Bob here?
Bob's not here today. He's out at the ramp skating.
He's always at the ramp skating. Well, he just won $25,000 in the King of Skate, so...
Bob won?
Yeah, he won. King of Skate, he won.
Wow, how much?
He won $25,000. I'll take it.
Wow! 25,000!
God! So he's at the ramp?
Yeah, he's out at the ramp skating.
All right, I'll go.
Bob won! Wow!
And why didn't somebody tell me this? Mr. Bob Burnquist. You Mr. Bob Burnquist?
I thought about you today, Jason. I was going to give you a call.
Yeah?
Yeah, but...
Well, instead of that, how about you get a check for $25,000 for winning the King of Skate, mate? Well done.
Thank you.
And don't forget this.